This is what I get for trying so hard to exercise when I'm not at all used to it. Ow! Everything hurts! Morning.
Good morning. How are you feeling?
After that Spartan training? Do you even have to ask?
At least it really helps you get used to things here. The magic's not getting to you as much today, right?
Now that you mention it.
Soon you'll be able to do manual labor with ease.
I told you, I'm not going to do that.
How are you paying us back for the clothes then?
I'll think of something. Maybe. If I go home, I'll give you back the clothes so you can sell them?
We won't even be able to make back the money we spent.
Well...
Hey! I've got a lot of stuff to bring in. Someone come help me so I don't have to make lots of trips.
Here's a manual labor opportunity right now. Go get 'em!
Where's Asuka? Aniki.
Sitting in the living room. Your sister sent me to help.
Seriously? Well, whatever. Take this one then.
Hey! You better not be underestimating me.
I'm not? How'd you even jump to that conclusion?
You obviously gave me the lightest basket.
I was just trying to be considerate.
There's no need for that. I don't want your pity.
You know, I thought this when we first met too, but compared to before, you really are...
It's not good to be so unkind, Nara.
Huh?
Greetings.
Who are you? And what are you doing in front of my house?
I am not here for you. It's her I need to speak with.
Me? What did I do? And how do you know my name?
I am White Impermanence, one of the gods who presides over the dead and collects their souls.
And I am Black Impermanence. Unlike my hard-working friend here, I only deign to appear when it's absolutely necessary.
I did not think that you were actually going to come.
Aw, you invited me, didn't you?
I often tell you to do things. Whether or not you actually listen is another matter entirely.
Well, putting those times aside...
I will not put them aside. When are you going to start taking your job seriously?
I'm here right now, aren't I?
Look, not that your bickering isn't very interesting and all, but will one of you please explain what's going on?
My apologies. We are here because of your soul, Nara. I know your name because it is my job to know.
I think you broke her.
We often have that effect on people.
Did we say something wrong?
Nonsense. All we spoke was the truth.
The truth can be too much sometimes. Anyway, can we talk about this inside? If we don't bring in the fish, it'll spoil.
You heard the man, 𝑤𝑖𝑡
You have no intention of helping, do you?
Unfortunately, heavy lifting isn't really my forte. Hey, shouldn't you ask for directions?
I will be fine.
Hey, if you have no idea where you're going, just say so.
The layout of this house is rather complex.
It's not complex at all. Just follow the path.
I just knew this would happen.
What the? Where'd my sisters go? I guess that's not important right now.
Is she going to be alright?
How alright would you be if two death gods suddenly showed up to collect your soul?
But we're not here to collect her soul.
Right? Of course you'd be in shock. Wait, what? You're not?
But you said you were here for my soul.
We said we were here because of your soul.
Semantics! You should be clearer with that sort of thing. I nearly had a heart attack.
Don't be so melodramatic. You can't have a heart attack. You're just a soul. You have no heart.
What?
You're in soul form right now. And if you don't go home by the end of the month, you'll be stuck here like this forever.
You can't just spring this stuff on people like that. What kind of death god are you?
I don't see any point in sugarcoating my words. It's better if she knows the truth.
You are being unkind.
Wouldn't be the first time if what I've heard about black impermanence is true.
Aw, have people been spreading stories about me? How flattering.
Explain what you just said.
What's the magic word?
Explain it to me!
That's not how you ought to talk to a death god, you know.
Why, you?
If you mess around any more than this, even I will get angry.
You're no fun at all. It's not often we get a gray case like this, so why can't you let me enjoy it a little?
A person's life is not a toy.
All right. I'll never hear the end of it if I don't, so I guess I'll explain. You see, you have what we death gods call a gray soul. It means your virtue alignment's just in the middle. You're not good or evil. This often happens to shut-ins like you. You've barely had a chance to live your life, let alone do any good or evil things.
Could you explain this in a way that isn't totally condescending?
I could, but that would require far too much effort on my part. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted, you are a gray soul. Normally when a person dies, a death god from a certain department is sent after them. If the person's soul is good, then 𝑤𝑖𝑡 collects it. If the person's soul is evil, then one of my cronies will collect it. But you've put us in a bit of a predicament here, little Miss Shut-In. Your soul's gray, so it can't be assigned to a department.
You're telling me that I'm dead.
No, you're not dead. Yet. How did you come to this world?
I don't know. I was at the festival back in the human world, and while I was wheeling through the street, suddenly I was naked and my wheelchair was gone. And then a group of yogai showed up and nearly attacked me, but Then Sakuya and Asuka saved me. We met up with Hayato and came here.
A wheelchair. So you cannot walk back in your own world?
No, I lost the ability to walk 10 years ago. At times when I'm very well rested, I might be able to stand up for a few seconds, but that's about it.
10 years ago.
You regained physical abilities once lost to you, but your clothing and any other items you had with you disappeared, correct?
Yes, I did think it was strange, but Sakuya said that the spirit world is just like that. Strange things happen.
From the point of view of a human, surely it must seem that odd and dubious things happen here. But there is rhyme and reason in everything that happens in our world.
You didn't travel here the usual way. Your soul was pulled through your body to arrive here. So, as I said before, right now you're just a soul. Your real body's back in the human world.
If you do not return home by the end of this month, however, your real body will die. Right now it is surviving merely because it is the month of the Spirit Festival.
During the festival, the time difference between our worlds becomes equal. So while you're here, your body will just be sleeping.
But after the festival is over...
The time difference will go back to normal. Her body will age and eventually die.
Why wait? Can't I just go home right now?
You're bound to the spirit world until the festival is over, unfortunately. That's just the way it works. But if you go home when your body's already dead, then one of us will have to collect your soul. If you've got a lot of worldly attachment still, you'll become a ghost or a ghoul instead. It's not very pleasant when that happens. So if you're going home, then please make sure to rid yourself of worldly desires beforehand. In any case, we're both here to keep an eye on you. You're stuck here for the rest of the month, and I'm sure your virtue alignment will change some. Depending on how that alignment is, if and when you actually die, one of us will deal with you.
He is putting it very bluntly, but everything he's saying is the truth.
And what if she decides to just stay here?
This is not her world. Her friends and family are all waiting for her in the human world.
Who cares about any of that? Look, Nara, there's no reason for you to go back to the human world. Just stay here. You can't walk there. Hell, you can barely even stand up, right? And it's a pretty boring place, isn't it? You don't have any real attachment to it, I can tell.
That's...
If you did, you would have been crying and pleading to go home when my sisters found you. But you weren't, were you? Just stay here. It's what's best for you.
Are you truly thinking of what is best for her, or is that simply what is best for you?
And what is that supposed to mean?
You are being too cruel. Do you honestly think that taking Nara away from her world, her family, her friends, and everything she knows, is what is best for her?
Yes! What, are you saying she should just go home, live out the rest of her life while sitting in a chair, and wait for you to come collect her soul? Like that's a better deal? That's not living!
What would you know about living? You probably weren't even a twinkle in your mother's eye when we took up our positions as death gods.
What does that have to do with anything?
That's enough. Don't talk about me like I'm not here. I'm the only one who's going to decide what's best for me. Mr. Death God.
Yes?
Do the two of you have names?
He's white in permanence, and I'm black in permanence.
Those are way too long. There's no way that those are your real, actual names, right?
If you insist. My colleague here is 𝑠huyue, and I am 𝑠p𝑖𝑟𝑒.
Why didn't you tell me those names from the beginning instead of using black impertinence or whatnot?
Black in permanence.
Actually, I think impertinence suits you better.
Black and white impermanence are our job titles. People usually refer to us by our titles, not our given names.
I see. So, 𝑠p𝑖𝑟𝑒, I have to stay here for a month, right?
That's right. At the very end of the month, there will be a window of time when you can go home, before the time differences go back to normal. If you don't return home then, well, we've told you the consequences.
You may do as you wish in the meantime, but 𝑠p𝑖𝑟𝑒 and I will continue to monitor your soul's virtue alignment.
If you misbehave too much, your soul will become black, and I'll collect it one of these days.
We have explained everything to the best of our ability, but there is one more thing we have not yet mentioned. Part of the reason why we are here is because we wish to ask you to come along with us to the underworld.
What?
Your stay will be comfortable, and you shall want for nothing.
Maybe, but if you're asking me to come to the underworld with you, that's not exactly a great vacation spot or anything.
It is not as scary and fiery a place as many believe. Think of it like an underground city, full of sights and hidden treasures.
Well, you can't go to the underworld!
And why not?
Well, because you just can't. It's the underworld. Besides, I can't set foot in there.
Compelling reasons you've got there.
We are not asking you to make a decision now. You have undoubtedly been through much since arriving in this world.
That's for sure.
Could I ask for you to make a decision after 3 days?
Even though it would be much easier on us if you'd come away right now.
Please think carefully about whether you would prefer to stay here with Hayato and his family, or in the underworld with us, for the rest of the month.
Hey, how do you know my name?
You are a good soul and so are under my jurisdiction, but barely. See to it that you stay virtuous, or else you will be preyed upon by black impermanence here.
I'm not all that bad, am I?
I'm definitely not letting that happen.
Think on it, Nara. I will be in the area for the next 3 days, so if you have need of me, then find me. I will be glad to speak with you at any time you wish.
I'll be around here too, though I'm likely to spend most of my time in town. If you really want to find me, you'll find me.
But I'm sure you'll make the right decision and stay with us 3 days from now, right, Nara? Your silence sure is inspiring.